What's up, everybody? I want to tell you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's one of the easiest ways to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting Anchor on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download Anchor, the app, or go to anchor.fm to get started. And, you know, I'm a veteran, so let's hear some more military cadences. What's up, family? On today's episode, we're going to discuss some cheating stuff, some cheaters, you know, the people we love to hate, the people we've probably been before. You know, it gets messy, and yeah, let's just get into it. I've talked about this before on that and people taking each other back afterwards, and yeah. Let's just get right into it right away.
A coochie story time. So boom, I was dating this Walmart manager from Enterprise, Alabama. Okay, cool. We was dating in 2019. Everything was going great. Like, he was my best freaking friend. We used to go out on dates all the time, like dates multiple times a week. Mind you, he lived an hour and a half away from me, so he'd always drive up here to come see me. So he was pretty invested, so I thought. We used to have Nerf gun wars, play Uno cards, go to comic book stores together, the whole nine. Like, he was really my dude. So he decided to buy me a cute little ring from Pandora, and that's when shit went left. Oh, I'm just so geeked, honey, posting my stuff all on Twitter, everywhere, you know. Just showing off my man, and he's in the video talking about, oh, I can spend the rest of my life with this girl. Oh, I love her. Oh, she's this, she's that. I hit the jackpot with her. And I'm thinking everything's cool because the man has me posted everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. You can't help but to know who I am. Huh. Little did I know, they can post you, baby, and still be cheating. Baby, I got a doggone message on my Instagram requests about 2-3 days later with 3 pictures, and they were still shots of a video. It was a girl's coochie bust open and my man's face in between her legs. And here's the kicker. Underneath the photo, she typed, "You deserve better." Child, I've been so traumatized. I've been single ever since then. At this point, you men can't even get a burger out of me.
He must have really been eating it to not see her take a picture of him. Like, he must have been really down there. Because, like, let's go to her part 2.
She said, so how did you confront him? Did he deny it? No, he didn't deny it. He definitely confirmed that it was him and that it was recent. And I had called him on FaceTime when he was on his way home from work. And we were talking, and I said, so who is this in this picture right here? I held a picture up of him eating her cooch. He was just like frozen with fear. Like, he was so quiet you could hear a rat piss on the carpet. We ended up hanging up, called him back some hours later. You know, he was remorseful. Like, he was, you know, crying a little bit, all that. But, I mean, what could you really say after that? She even provided text messages and everything, even up until when he went to her house. So I knew it was recent. I knew he was over there, all of that. So, it was the part for me where she acted like she was doing me a favor by just posting the screenshot of the video instead of sending me the video. I'm just like, girl, you couldn't have sent me none of it. The text messages alone was enough to incriminate him for what happened. I feel like she just wanted to dig a little bit deeper, so she decided to send me the pictures too. That's all it was. And doing that, oh, you deserve better. And she wasn't wrong. I did deserve better. But at the same time, you really tried to hurt somebody that was an innocent bystander. And this was an ex that he was with a year prior to me. So I even saw in the messages where she was like, you know, because you're doing all this stuff for her that you didn't do for me. So you were bitter that he was doing other things for me that he wasn't doing for you, because he actually treated me like a girlfriend, and he treated her like trash, and he told me that he treated her like trash. So I'm just like, but get at him though. Don't get at the girl. But anyway, that's the story on that.
I mean, she's still vouching for the dude, and she's like saying, he treated me like a girlfriend. That's what you thought, because clearly he was still messing with her. I still don't get why she's mad at her. I mean, yeah. And listen, you can send girls all kind of video evidence and pictures, and they still will stay with the dude, honestly. And she was just letting you know who y'all was dealing with. You could have completely agreed to stay with him. It sounded like you still bitter to me, but whatever. Let's go to our next story.
Okay, so I'm going to do a quick story time. I don't know how quick it'll be, but anybody watching it, I'm not going to be doing this. This is the only story I will be doing, okay? So a lot of times sisters always want to know, you know, you'll hear someone, she knew, there's no way she didn't know. Well, I'm going to give y'all a perfect example of how a sister can get herself in this situation and get connived by your lying and cheating ass husbands, okay? So I worked for a job as a trainer. Met a man who was a contract trainer at the time. Nice guy. Actually totally opposite of anyone I ever dated before. Very conservative, kind of geeky, you know, was not that cool guy or anything like that, but he was a very professional, well-established guy, you know. And while working with him, he asked me for my number. I gave it to him, and at first I wasn't really interested in, because he was so different. He had no swag, but I said, you know, Dante, this might be exactly what you need. So I went with it. So anyway, every week he takes me out, he's taking me dancing, he's called me multiple times during the day, and then his contract ends. And when his contract ends, he basically tells me that he has a new job as a corporate trainer, his dream job, where he's traveling all around the country and, you know, conducting trainings. He said, you know, our relationship was going so good, he didn't want to end it. So if I agreed, you know, while he was still working at all these places, he would either send for me once a month, or he would come to the district, you know, and be here to see me. So, you know, again, I'm like, okay, sounds good. You can ask all my friends. I mean, we all thought I hit the jackpot with this man, because he was such a sweetheart. So, I mean, from Atlanta to Chicago to Indiana to New Jersey to New York, he sent me all kinds of places with him. Make a long story short, the day finally comes. Now, mind you, when I say this man called me all throughout the day, and around 5 o'clock at the end of the workday, he would always call me and say, hey, I'm pulling into the hotel garage. I'll call you when I get, you know, set up in the hotel room. That was his everyday story to me, because, again, he was working away. Anyway, so the day comes where I'm now didn't hear from him. You know, after 9-10 months of being with him, didn't hear from him all day, which was crazily odd. Calling, texting. I'm actually worried about his safety at this point, you know. Next day I get a phone call from a woman. Why are you calling my husband's phone incessantly? Excuse me? Why are you calling my husband's phone? Who's your husband? KTC the third? Excuse me? I've been dealing with KTC the third for about a year now, and he's traveling all around the country. No, ma'am. He just had a heart attack, and he's at Johns Hopkins and just came out of emergency surgery.
About that wife, I mean, clearly, hopefully he survived that surgery, because when he wake up, he'll probably have another heart attack. You know, in the words of Tupac, trust no one. I mean, look, man, love is a slippery slope. And people lie, you know. I don't know why, especially grown people. Like, keep it 100 with people. Like, if you are going to be in a and you're going to put somebody in a situationship, give them the opportunity to want to do that. Some women are okay with being side chicks. Like, there's women out there that's okay with it, but, like, I do not understand why people, especially older people, lie about being married and I don't know if it's like they almost get off on it or they think people stupid or what, but I'm like, I mean, and don't get me wrong, some people fall for a lot of stuff, but my thing is like, if I'm dating you for 9 months and I've never like met none of your family, I've never ever been to where you live and you only stay in hotels, kind of sketch. To me, there was a lot of red flags in that story, but hey, you know, I hope he had a good recovery and I hope his wife did not kill him when he woke up. Let's go to the next story.
My girlfriend back in May of last year, right? We had been kicking it. We was vibing and stuff for a good like 2-3 weeks or whatever. We wasn't nothing serious though. We weren't like girlfriend. We was just right? But of course, as you start talking to somebody and you with them every day, you start to like them and you start to want to them, right? So I remember overhearing a conversation between two other people, and they was talking about my girlfriend, which wasn't my girlfriend at the time, and her wife. So me being me, I asked her about it. Like, you have a wife? Like, what you with me for then? What's up? She like, oh no, don't worry about that. That's just a contract marriage, yada, yada, yada. I had previously been with somebody that was under a contract marriage before, which was my ex-girlfriend, but it was an actual contract marriage. Like, she never talked to the person. It was just literally just on paper, you're married. That's it. So to me, that wasn't a red flag. I was just like, okay, cool, whatever, right? One day, after we finished, she gonna tell me, oh, I got something I gotta tell you. So I'm like, yeah, what's up? What's going on? She like, back when you was in tech school, was you messing with some girl that was light-skinned with curly hair and stuff and tattoos? I was like, oh, yeah, I was. I'm over here thinking she finna tell me that's her sister or her something, like she know the person or something like that. She like, when you was with her, she had a girlfriend, right, that lived in Florida or something? And I'm like, yeah, she ended up dropping her girlfriend and started talking to me, basically. And then the girl was being all crazy, watching every single story I was posting, being the first one for everything, like, so crazy as fuck. This girl gonna tell me, well, that same girl is my wife. What?
This story is a mess. Let's go to part 2.
Hit the part 2, so I'm finna get out of part 2, 3, and 4. And my bad, it took so long. I was at work, y'all, but I'm off now, so y'all finna get all the tea. Anyway, so yeah, my girlfriend ended up telling me that it's the same girl. So basically, what she's telling me is that I took her before, and I'm doing it now again. So at this time, the girl did not know that we were talking. She didn't know that we were like whatever. So my girlfriend was treating me like a little side hoe, like telling me to be quiet when she was on the phone, like all type of stuff. And I know what y'all finna tell me. I know. But I really liked this girl. And I was like, I don't care. And let me tell y'all. So a few months before I moved to Arizona, the girl ended up sending my girlfriend's friend like this long venting message, basically saying, she like, I'm so stressed out. This girl is coming to Arizona and I know Kim is gonna try to fuck with her, but I don't want her to fuck with her, like da-da-da-da, all of this shit, right? So of course the friend is telling her, calm down, like the girl not even here yet, like what are you tripping for? Like nothing has happened, just chill. Y'all, this girl spoke that shit into existence. So, because when I came to Arizona, I wasn't even looking for nobody. I wasn't. That was coming to me. So yeah, I ended up meeting her and we clicked. We started with each other. So the girl went lurking on my page and I think she seen like a story of me and her together and she got pissed. So every day, my girlfriend would come over to my dorm room and we would spend the night in my dorm room every day. Like it was a consistent thing, like all the time. This girl was not sleeping at home, y'all. But fast forward. So we went to a trip to Vegas for like the weekend. It was like 3 days, right? And when we came back, my girlfriend had to go to her house to get something. This is my first time ever at my girlfriend's house, right? Y'all won't believe what the fuck we saw when we opened that damn door, y'all. Y'all won't believe it. We walked into the house covered with bloody tampons, bloody pads, shit and piss and flies everywhere. All in the crib, literally crazy. So mind you, this is my first time at my girlfriend's house and I'm like, damn, this bitch dirty. But I could tell by the look on her face, she was pissed off. So I'm like, what the fuck happened? And she's like, bro, it's my wife. It's my f***ing wife. And I'm like, this is what we dealing with? Okay. So I'm helping her clean it up and stuff. And like we talking and she's like, man, f*** this shit. Like this hoe got me f***. She's talking all type of shit, right? She told me, you going to get your shit and you sleeping here tonight. She told me I was sleeping in the crib tonight. So I'm like, oh, she playing get back. I was like, I would love to participate. Fuck it. So we go and we get my stuff, and we come back and we was chilling at the crib or whatever. So the girl ends up coming home, and she was talking to my girlfriend. She's all mad, like you could tell she's pissed off, and I understand why, because I'm here. My girlfriend told her I wasn't leaving, and she told her to deal with it. Period. I stayed at the house for the next 2 days, but that third day, y'all, y'all wanted to.
We're not doing no more of that story, because, see, this is how y'all be ended up murdering and stuff. Like, y'all play and y'all play. Like, I can't. Yeah, that's some messy cheating stories for you guys. I'm speechless, but this is the world we live in now, with dating and messiness, and then they'll be on the TV and the news talking about some crazy stuff. Yeah, pray for these people. You guys be safe out there, and yeah.